does it for me. Strip away, sweet, the varnish of sleep. Minting, imprinting this part of me. Breakfast with you, here you go. Truth, utter nonsense, do it with me. With Ted, tongue signal, splendor of sleep. Vocalize, still I cry. This part of me I know. This you know, this I know. Breakfast with you. Sunrise does it for me. Fire infused with color, dream. Blazing, reglazing this part of me. Breakfast with you, here you go. Does it for me, service supreme, me suffering, sleep, feeding indeed I am this part of me. I know, this I know, this I know. Breakfast with you. Yes, thank you. Does it for me, sugarcane, rain, spice up the dream, addicting, uplifting this part of me. Spearmint, here you go. Sunrise, here you go. Nonsense, here we go. Thank you, here I go. Breakfast with you. Welcome to June 2012 here on Conversations with Dog, a life-affirming presentation on opportunity for the arts. I'm Greg Allen, and I'm here with my creative partner and best friend, Alice the Canine Messiah. Yes, Dog is my co-writer. Our show draws from our book, The Now Experientiality, The Way of Unity, and our CD, It's Time That Time Was Overthrown, that Alice and I have co-produced. Most of the music on our show is from the CD, and both of our works point to the idea of living our dreams now instead of later. In April, we looked at the notion that children are the hope for the future, and a negative repercussion this idea has in our society. During May, Alice and I took part in a benefit concert to prevent suicide, and it occurred to me that teen suicide is likely another negative repercussion of placing such a ridiculous burden upon our children. And we underscore the burden with the notion that there's a better home waiting in the sky. Life gets better after you are dead. Well, both of these ideas are ridiculous, and we are dedicating this installment of Conversations with Dog to young people. And Alice and I want to let you know that you are off the hook. The weight of the world is not upon your shoulders. You are not the hope for the future of mankind, nor is your music, your art, or any form of your creative expression. Don't be fooled. Now, we do understand that many people tell you what a mess this here now is. And it can even be a romantic sort of notion that the world and its people need someone to fix them all up. But this is a very old idea and not working all that well. Look at what we've got. And, lest you forget, we'll remind that many of those smiling faces telling you that you are the hope for later are hoping that you don't recall that they are yesterday's hope for later. And, well, look at what we've got. Now, we want to share an Alice story of Hope, who lived a very long life believing in later. Hope existed in a world of this here now, but always found herself longing for that there then. Because Hope was certain that there is a better home waiting in the sky. One day, Hope woke up to find herself alone in a field, sitting on a bench, and it was a beautiful, quiet place and radiant, and there were railroad tracks at her feet. And there was a sign that said, "This is it," and beneath it, an image of a beautiful white train with golden trim, and it was called the Peace Train. And then a voice out of thin air, "Welcome to heaven's threshold. Your lifelong belief in later is being rewarded. The Peace Train will be along at any moment, or you may choose to walk." "Hallelujah!" Hope exclaimed, and she did a little dance, for she was certain now, "I'm dead, and here I am at heaven's threshold. Truly, my dream of later is being realized now." And she sat down again to wait. Hope was patient, but soon enough found herself wondering if this was a dream. And then the soothing voice came again, and she was relieved. "The Peace Train will be along at any moment, or you may choose to walk." Well, Hope found the idea of riding the Peace Train into heaven very romantic, and so she chose to wait some more, and some more. And soon she noted with surprise that she was actually becoming frustrated here, now, at heaven's threshold. But then, that soothing voice again. And this time, Hope decided she would walk, and off she went down the tracks. And as she walked, she heard familiar music and began to sing along. "Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream." And just as she sang about the dream, along comes the Peace Train, and those big golden letters that said, "This is it," sadly, were the last thing our friend saw, because the Peace Train is very quiet, and with no time to get out of the way, Hope threw up her hands and cried, "Oh God, no." And I imagine that she woke up in a cold sweat and found herself in the body of a young person in 2012 or something. I imagine this might be how reincarnation works, but I don't know, and Alice isn't talking. Regardless, don't be fooled. Now, look, the fact that many people want you to take life seriously is understandable, for they were fooled, and they have grown up afflicted with this chosen sort of double vision, wherein they see the world divided against itself, a duality opposed to itself in which the good must win. Through this chosen lens, they fight a raging current of past and present problems that, hopefully, can be solved in the future. They live in the shadow of ancient wrongs that can, hopefully, be righted in the future. And sadly, they say we must continue to commit necessary evils now that hopefully you will overcome with a show of good later in the future. And through this chosen lens of duality, they have always known how to fix the world up. They know which others are to blame, which others are the victims, and what others should do differently. But it is tough to agree with so many others, and, well, look at what we've got. But it's all nonsense, and we have a far more romantic proposition for you. Imagine, dear young friends, that you are the hope for now, the hope for life on a now earth, instead of a later one. A life wherein the opportunities of humanity are fully engaged and expressed now. We are all the hope for now because, you see, we have each rowed our boat to the shores of this existence, and this little metaphor of a boat is what Alice calls a life dream boat. And it is chock full of what she calls absolute gifts. Absolute gifts include your creative gifts, your ability to sing, to write, to dance and draw, to create, to dream. And they include gifts of humanity as well, your love, compassion, your tendency to care and share, to be kind and attentive, open and accepting. Absolute gifts cannot be exhausted. The more that you utilize them in the show of your lifetime, that is, the more that you give them away, the more you will find that you have to give. You see, the more you give, the more you get. You've heard that. This is what it means, really. And so you have rowed your life dream boat here, and now continue to row gently, merrily down the stream, because life is but a dream, and you have brought all of these gifts with you. All of this humanity to express and experience. You've brought all of it to this world in order to stage the dream of your lifetime. And won't it be fun to be able to do this instead of having to put your dream on hold and assume an imaginary burden? About three, do you ever see three? Just three, not three of a kind. You are off the hook. Really, this notion that anything can be, the hope for the future is ridiculous. Future is a concept like three. And tell me about three. Have you ever seen three? Just three, not three of a kind. I mean, you have seen just apples, and you have seen three apples, but you have never seen just three. Three is a concept, and concepts are useful, but not all that real in a very important sense. You see, if you allow me to always keep the apples and you always keep the three, you will go hungry. So life cannot be about fixing things up in order to make an imaginary future better. Don't be fooled. Life is not duality divided. As our religions, sciences, philosophies, and spiritualities teach us, our world is an incredibly diverse, mysterious unity. And it has been said that all the world is a stage, not only by William Shakespeare, but by Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, and a host of modern physicists. Here now, in space-time, is the arena in which the drama of the universe unfolds, and it unfolds within the perpetual present moment of a lifetime. Thus, a lifetime is your opportunity to stage your dreams, here now, in time, you see, when you break free from the idea that time will eventually get you to where you have long dreamed of being. You might just recall that time is where you have long dreamed of being. And so Alice asks, what are you being here now in space-time? What is your dream? Well, we're all being human. This is the basic art of humanity, and a lifetime is our time to be human. We are given a voice, so to speak, an arsenal of creative, compassionate means that we can utilize to envision, express, and experience our highest idea of being human. So, let's talk about equality for a minute, because the idea that we are all equal is troubling for many people. Our religions tell us this, and so does the Declaration of Independence, so we know that we're all equal as a sort of cliché, but most of us don't see it, and we would even argue that, well, yes, I know we are equal, but really, no, we're not. So, here now is an essential opportunity for evolution. Because the ability to move about in a world of unmistakable equals has everything to do with that second question Alice asks, what is your dream? And here is something you might have heard, but it might not make much sense to you. It has been said by many people, and it's considered in religious and spiritual circles to be deeply profound. We are all one. There is no other. But what does it really mean, and how might we live in the light of such a truth, if indeed it is? Well, the idea that we're all one is a truth, and it's also a misreading. The deeper truth of the statement is that we are all I. We thought it was a Roman numeral, but it has been the letter I all along. And this is true. We are all I. You have never met an other. A fellow being? Yes. A fellow I? Yes. An other? not possible, because existence consists of expression and experience, and we always express ourselves as I, and when we experience the world, we always do so as I. Other, like three and the future, is a useful concept, but not real. And so here is the key to participating fully in the common dream of humanity. That dream you sang about in Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Life, here now in space-time, is the unfolding of the dream of just as I am. We all wish to be loved, listened to, embraced, supported, accepted in every moment, just as we be. Take me now, baby, here as I am. See, now you are truly immersed in the evolution of your personal world perspective. Now we are evolving divisive vision into unifying vision, a chosen perspective that reveals and beholds unified diversity at every turn. And it's easy as you move about in your world of interaction with fellow beings. Experiment with seeing unity by seeing one thing, by seeing only I. Immerse yourself in a world of fellow I and begin to explore the true, deep meaning of seeing eye to eye. Move into an authentic life in this, the here-now region of space-time where you engage with fellow beings, the common dream of just as I am. And Alice offers up what she calls an absolute attitude for you to employ as you move about your now Earth. Alice's absolute attitude goes like this: I am with fellow beings as I am with myself. With this attitude, your behavior is no longer dependent on that of countless others. You are free now, creating your own reality in every moment. Here, upon the stage, you are engaged in the play of humanity, and thus it is a form of recreation. And recreation is recreation, and you are a recreator. A creator, empowered with the stuff of creation by the grand creator. In the image of the grand creator, they say. Staging your show. And so your entire life becomes your voice in the highest sense. And as it is a play, you are a showman, even if your show is that of a doctor or a train conductor or a young person. I tell you this because true showmen understand above all that it is not all that serious. So again, you are off the hook. However, sincerity is a very good idea because the gift of a lifetime is this present moment. Present, it's a gift, get it? The gift of a lifetime is this here now, this eternally evolving present moment within which the dream of your lifetime unfolds. And this present moment is always your opportunity to stage your show of humanity, of how it might go in your highest idea, life in the garden, your version of heaven. Alice says that life is sort of like you had been sitting around chatting with God, and God asked, what would it be like in your version of heaven? And of course you had all sorts of ideas about how others would act and what others would do, but before you could get on a roll, God smiled and snapped God's fingers as God said gently, no, please show me. And now you find yourself here waking up with your fellow beings, engaging the dream of just as I am. And that story dovetails nicely with the ages-old story of being gifted a lifetime in the garden, where we sort of blew it because we ate that fruit that we were cautioned not to eat, the fruit that gives false proof of a world opposed to itself. And many continue to eat the fruit, and some want to feed it to the young people. But don't be fooled. Refuse the fruit that causes you to see false dualities such as I and other. Put down the fruit and see only I. Begin to regard fellow beings as fellow I, always presenting an opportunity for you to show, here now upon the grand stage, how it really goes in your dream of humanity. I mean now, in this here now moment of human interaction. When we live this way, on a now earth, my dear young friends, the future cannot possibly need fixing up, and so we are all off the hook. Thanks for riding with us and have fun.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to The Road Less Travels. I'm your host, Les Iszmore. You know, out here on the road less travels, it's not right and it's not wrong. It's just the way we do it. So think about it and enjoy the ride, 'cause you're the driver.
Start with me. I know we've been here before. I remember the air and the shadows and the sound of the floor. And the longer here, the more I'm sure the one way out's a revolving door. So don't even start with me. I know we've been here before. Now don't ask me to prove it. I doubt I could build a case. With me ever since I entered this place. I know you came in and needed two men. She was here. So go. What's that? Behind the curtain?
My name is Joanne Smith. I am a Stony Point Ruritan member, and for commemorating our 50th anniversary, we decided to come up with a Stony Point History Day.
Yeah.
I'm sure the one way out to the revolving door. I can almost recall, but it's like waking up a dream.
We had a few months to collect various information from our wonderful historical homes and our schools, as well as the Ruritan, our fire department, and various properties that have this wonderful history that just needed to be spoken and shared with the community.
City comes inside. The highway runs right the side of the high rise. Salt and light on fire. The breeze feels good, but who knows what? It's so many fumes, so little space. Too many cars going way too fast. Is that the
The air warning service in August of 1942. These are instructions for a field observer. These are the procedures that an observer would do to check for planes, to see if anything was flying overhead so that they could warn the appropriate Army. So what the observers would do is they would go up periodically. They had scheduled times, and they would log what they had seen. So these were the observers here. This is a list of all these observers, and we have descendants here today still, and we're indicating where they lived, and they would log in a log and record what they had seen. If there were clear skies, one of the observing posts, it's Stony Point Elementary School, who still stands there today. This, we believe, is Sam White of White Store, because it lists his name here as a contact. They would watch for 2 hours at a time. Here it indicates with Sam White, and if it was if it was facing more of the west, here the school was facing the west. And again, just how clear the sky is here. I apologize, I don't know the exact address, but this is also on Stony Point Road. And this particular one had 102 observers. There was actually a band that they could wear on their arms and buttons. Now this again is, you can see this actual at the University of Virginia's Special Collections Library, and there's an article about rural women being on guard to help out. And there was also a magazine that would be printed off monthly, and of course there was a couple little silly comics here and there just to keep the humor going.
Oh, there's a lot of other worlds, a lot of other ways. It's okay to set your own pace. Slow it on down, take the long way home, run your own race. Does it for me, strip away sweet the varnish of sleep, minting, imprinting this part of me. Breakfast with you, here you go. Truth, utter nonsense, do it with me, with Ted, tongue signal, splendor of sleep. Vocalize, still I cry, this part of me I know. This you know, this I know. Breakfast with you. Sunrise does it for me. Fire infused with color, with dream, blazing, reglazing this part of me. Breakfast with you, here you go. Supreme, me suffering, sleep, feeding, indeed I am this part of me. I know, this I know, this I know. Breakfast with you. Yes, thank you. Does it for me. Sugarcane, rain, spice up the dream. Addicting, uplifting this part of me. Spearmint, here you go. Sunrise, here you go. Nonsense, here we go. Thank you, here I go.